Hi guys, welcome back to Talks with Rita. My returning subscribers, all you guys, hugs to you, hugs to all of you. I really appreciate. Our community is growing slow but sure, and I'm really happy that this message is going across. This message is reaching the target population. Because I am getting contact from people. People are calling me. People wanting to be assisted. People want to be directed. People want to be heard, So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. For all of you who have shared this YouTube channel to anyone out there, thank you for sharing. Because whenever you do that, the algorithm pushes this YouTube channel to many more people who get to have access to this information. So thank you once again. For newcomers, kindly hit the subscribe button so you can be part of this journey. This is Talks with Rita, a platform where I share all things social issues. My name is Rita. So today I'll continue with part 3. Part 3 of my story. I have to break it into parts, otherwise these videos will be too long and most of you might not even watch until the end. So I have to break it into parts, and so that also people can get the message in a short video. So this is part 3, where I will share on how I managed personally, how I managed to leave the toxic relationship I was in, the toxic marriage I was in. I would like to highlight this, and I've highlighted it in most of my videos, that guys, it's not easy to leave. It's not easy to break away. It's not easy to leave. And I think it becomes more difficult the longer you stay, the more difficult it becomes. So if you are seeing red flags and a relationship is only starting, please do whatever you can to either get help so that those red flags can be attended to, or end it before it's too late. Because the longer you stay, the more difficult it becomes to leave a toxic relationship. It becomes difficult. So yes, I stayed for 10 good years, 4 years of dating and 6-7 years of marriage, close to 11. I stayed, and it becomes also more difficult when children are involved. So, but finally, I left. Finally. And this is how, or this is some of the things, or I don't know if I should call them steps, or things that I had to do. Some of them. So in this video, I'll just share four of those things or steps, or we can call them steps that I had to take. 4 steps that I had to take personally. The first one was that I had to accept that I have a problem. Me accepting that, when I accepted that I have a problem, it made me stop making excuses for my partner. Because when he would hit me, I would personally make excuses and say, maybe it was because he's right what he's saying. Maybe it's true, I don't respect him. Maybe he's right with what he's saying. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should do better. So those were the excuses I began to make. So I accepted that I have a problem, and it made me stop making those excuses. It also made me stop living in denial. When I accepted that this is a problem, I stopped living in denial. I realized that this is a problem and things shouldn't be like this, right? Yes, and the other thing is I stopped when I made that decision of accepting that, I'm in a problem, I also stopped having false hope. What I mean is, I had false hope time and again, and I think this is a struggle for most of the people who are in toxic relationship. False hope in the sense that he will change or things will get better. That's things never change. Things got even worse for me, you know. I had that false hope, like that hope was just there. It was just there. Look, there are things that you can be helpful for. I mean, there are relationships where you can see that, okay, here there is hope for us. But my situation reached a point where I should have stopped long time to have hope. But I kept telling myself, let me have hope. Let me try this. Let me keep pushing, for hope. Maybe things will get better. So I accepted that I had a problem. When I made that decision of realizing that this is a problem, I stopped making excuses, living in denial. Realized that there's no hope here. There's no hope for us. Yeah, that's one. And then the second thing is that, the second point, sorry, I'm looking down because I had to put them in order. I just didn't want to speak random, because if I would do that, the video would be long. So the second thing was that I had to be brutally truthful and honest with myself. I think I mentioned this in another video earlier, one of my first videos, that being brutally honest and truthful with yourself, with myself, was a moment that was very emotional for me, because I had to sit and ask myself questions such as, do I deserve this? Do I deserve to be in this type of situation? And the answer was no. I had to be super honest with myself. Why am I allowing myself? Why am I allowing myself to go through this? There's no crown waiting for me to receive or to be given that, you are the best wife who endured the beating, you stayed this far. No, there's nothing like that. There's no recognition for a wife or a person who stays. That's the debate I had with myself. I was like, why am I staying? It's not like I'll receive an award. It's not like I'll be recognized and be told that no, you stayed, you endured, you are a strong wife, you endured the beating. No. I had to be brutally honest with myself and said, at the end of the day, I might even just die. My kids will lose their mother and their father will go in jail. My kids will lose both. I have to be honest with myself, because one day he will be arrested. He would get arrested because of GBV, and I'll end up in the mortuary, and my children will lose. That hit me hard. I was like, no, come on, these kids, they don't ask to be born. They don't deserve that. So when you will be honest with yourself, you will literally see the real truth in front of you. I saw the real truth in front of me. I did not deserve that. It was not worth it. There's no award waiting for me to receive at the end of all that. My kids were going to lose. So I was super honest with myself. And mind you, this did not happen in one day or in 1 month. This was unfolding through this journey, So be honest with yourself, brutally honest. Assess yourself, assess the situation. Do I deserve this? This is not worth it. I am capable of being on my own. He's not the only man, or she's not the only lady. If you're a man going through this, there are many opportunities out there. There are many people you can try with. I had to be brutally honest with myself. And yeah, it helped me a lot to make decisions. It helped me a lot to see where I should be, you know. And in that process of assessing this whole situation for myself, I also realized that no, I can do better than this. Meaning, on my own, come on, I can do better. There's a lot of other things outside there. So that is the second thing. I had to be brutally honest with myself. I had to be brutally truthful towards the whole situation and realize that no, I cannot be stuck in this situation. I have to get out. Otherwise, my kids will be left without a father and mother at the same time. And then the third thing that I did was, remember in the other video, part 1, I shared that it was difficult to share my story. It was difficult to look for help because one, I felt that people would be like, but you're the social worker, you should be, you should not be allowing this situation. So I realized that as much as I'm a social worker, I really am a human being and I'm not immune to these things. So I looked for support. That is the third thing. I looked for support. And mostly the support came from my sister and my mom, who had an idea of what was going on already. So I began to tell them that I am leaving my ex-partner. By that time, he was my husband. I began to slowly tell them that I will leave. One day I will leave. And it was difficult for them to believe because I had always said that I'll leave, or sometimes I would leave and then come back. It is, oh guys, it's a roller coaster of emotions when you are in that type of situation. So I would run back to my mother, come back, reconcile, run again. So it was hard for them even to believe that she will leave. So, but I kept looking for support. I kept telling them what might happen, and the actual few days before I left, I remember they couldn't believe me, especially my mom couldn't believe me, because in that very year, I had left because I was beaten badly. I left and I went to my mom, and then all of a sudden I went back again. So it was difficult for my mom to believe. But however, look for support. I looked for support, and I'm really happy they did not give up on me. I looked for support. I informed mom, there's nowhere else I can go. It's only you I can come to, and I need a place to keep my things. I need what, and all that. So she was there. I'm really, truly, truly thankful for mom and my sisters. So mom assisted me in all the ways that she could. And when the time came, my support system was moving with me throughout the process, and they are still doing that now. So look for support, get support, talk to them, open up, don't close down, open up, share your story with them, the pain, the emotions, whatever you go through, open up. And then the fourth thing, the last thing that I did was making the decision to eventually leave. Yes, time came when I eventually picked up my things and I left. One other important thing to highlight is that I was assessing the right time to leave, because I did not want to leave at a point where there is a trigger right? There is too much commotion. So I kept assessing for the right time to leave. I kept checking on him to see his emotions, to see how he is, to see whether it's safe for me to move. And the right moment came. He was a bit calm. And I told him, I'm going. I'm leaving. And even though I was telling him that I'm going, I'm leaving, I was really scared because I didn't know how he was going to act, or he was going to be aggressive or what. Yeah, so I left, and it was not easy to reach that decision, but I made the decision. No one made it for me, and no one will make it for you. You have to make the decision that I'm leaving. I will leave. No one will make that decision for you. No one. It will come. It has to come from you. Because what I personally experienced was that each time I left without a concrete decision of leaving forever, I came back again. I came back again and again and again. But this time it was different because I made a concrete decision that enough is enough. I have to leave. I have tried everything. I gave my best to this situation. It's time for me to leave. So I made a concrete decision, a decision of not turning back. I was also honest in that decision. And I'm really super grateful that I stood by that decision and I did not turn back. So it will not be easy to make such a decision, but you yourself have to reach at that point of saying, I am leaving, I'm not going to turn back no matter what. Enough is enough. Right? So those are the 4 steps, I can call them, that I had to go through. And I put them as 4 just for structure. To have order, but a lot of other things went down, and just to make my video a bit short because I can see it's getting longer. Yeah, so I hope these steps would encourage someone, would assist someone in any way to finally make a decision to leave. It is all in your hands. No one